Hello YouTube and the World Wide Web. This is the Chick It Dude on the Ricket Tube on YouTube today in Second Life for a NASCAR event. We're going to be racing today Grand National cars followed by stock cars. This is at RIR in Second Life, and you could find them by doing a sim search. Search for the sim called Red Devil. Just sit back and check it out. It's a really competitive racing here. It's not easy here. It's not an easy place to win.
We are taking the top 5 drivers from this race to the main event.
So shall I click on the blue now and then get in the car?
Yeah, you can click on it now, or you can click on it when you're lined up and ready. Either or.
After some time trials, we had about 13 or 14 cars, and we have to whittle it down to 12. So after the time trials, we decided to have heats. And the top 8 in the time trials on the laps were automatically into the main event. And the rest of the 8 that are competing today have to run off in a heat race, which we will take the top 3 out of the 8 racers. Or was it the top 5?
Wow, this track's got some banking to it, huh?
Actually, he just said it.
Yes, it does.
So this is the heat race. That's my 67 car. That's a road runner.
No, I got one for the factory.
I got the 3rd slot.
Jeez,
It's been over a year since I've raced here. Don't expect to do much here today. Everything's changed. The settings in the cars, the numerical systems and the values are all different. The new tracks, nothing is the same. I'm going into this a stone cold rookie. They race here. I'll post links to their website with their schedule, but they do race here 4 nights a week. They're all weeknights, and I believe it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I believe they take Wednesday off. They race Monday and Tuesday. Mondays they race first. They race these Grand Nationals, and that's at the race starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Their schedule's written in Pacific time, but it's 8 p.m. Eastern time is the first race, and that's this race in Grand Nationals. After this race, it is a 9 p.m. start for the factory stock cars. Tuesday nights, I think.
There you go.
I don't have the website in front of me. I'm not even going to venture to guess right now, but it's Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday is the Aero 88s, I'm pretty sure. And then Wednesday's off. Thursday is trucks. Friday is the Gen 6. I may have forgotten a class there the night of the Aeros, or maybe into the race.
You shut your whore mouth, Jeff.
The nice thing about this, one of the nice things about racing here is you could paint your own car using GIMP or Photoshop, and it's a simple template you can get from the website of this racing association. And I've got mine decked out to show. I'll put a picture up of it pretty soon. But you can see mine's decked out with some nice colors and some musical notes and the GIMP, the little GIMP guy, and Vimeo, because I have a Vimeo channel called Ricket Tube.
Lock our region down, make sure we don't get no lag spikes.
And here we go. I like to burn rubber when I leave the starting line. They're counting down.
5 out of the 7.
3,
Gonna
2,
make the
1.
main event. Good luck.
Go. And this is a good jump. Good jump. Starting third. I got inside that outside row. Let's see if I can stay ahead of him. All I want to do here is I don't want to pass this guy. I just want to stay behind him, and I want to bump draft him. It's not as a fine-tuned bump drafting like iRacing, where it's very unforgiving. You could bump him pretty hard here. Nobody's really going to wipe out. But if I could bump him, it'll increase his speed, and then his draft will pull me along at a faster speed. So I'm doing my best here to not go by him. Right there, I could have got inside him, but I don't want to. I just want to bump him. Now in the upper right corner, if you look, you see the mini map. My dot has kind of like a headlight, and all the other dots are the other drivers or people sitting around in the stands. They're color coded. The yellows are friends, and I think the other color might be green. I can't exactly look. Here we got some lap traffic. That guy, I believe, is having some internet issues. And I'm just going to keep bumping this guy. It looks like we're pulling away. I glanced up there, and I think we're pulling away from everybody else. So this is working. Him and I are going to run away with it. I'll even let him finish first. I don't care. I just want to make the main race. Oops. Hitting the wall can slow you down and damage your car. Try not to hit the wall. There's a good bump. I could cut early, and I seem to be hitting them pretty good right about here. Again, I got him again. That's good. This is actually a really hard track to bump draft because it's a short track. But him and I are working out really well right here. I cut early, cut low, and I missed him. So this time I'll just go by him. Didn't really want to, but that slingshot helps speed us both up too. So, and I know he's big on that. He likes that slingshot thing. He knows what's going on here. That we're working off each other to stay out in front of the pack. Because if we get stuck in the pack here, what's going to happen is we might not even make the main. Because there's a lot of bumping and grinding in the pack. These particular cars are huge. They're like boats. There's not a lot of room for them in the corners when there's a whole bunch of cars in the same corner. I don't know what happened to him. He's way back. Either he hit something or somebody hit him. Not sure. I'm not going to slow down to find out, though. Actually, being in the lead for the first time back here in a year is pretty cool. I consider it like what do you call it? Freshman luck or beginner's luck. Waiting for that sophomore jinx, which will probably be the main race. 30-lap race. I gotta have bad check my script because my car seems faster than everybody's. I don't understand that. They're equal scripts. It could be the setting I chose is the good setting for this track. You could set your steering. You could set your downforce. This is a beginner class car. Some of the more advanced, you could set a lot more things, and there's pit stops and everything. I don't know who's in second. I don't know how far behind he is. I don't want to look down at the text in the lower left corner because when I do that, I crash. I'm just going to keep... This is working. I'm just going to keep looking straight ahead. Feeling really good right now about making the main. I gotta write this setting down. This is a setting for this car and this track. That's for sure. But then again, these are the ones that in the main race, I think I'll have a lot stiffer competition. I think everybody there might have a good setting, maybe better setting than mine. It could be just that everybody here has got a worse setting. You know, you got to make a choice at some point which setting you're going to use. Yeah, we got about 7 laps left. You can see on the inside corner back there, not this corner, the next corner. You look over the wall on the left, you'll see this Christmas car with candy canes on it. That's my Christmas stock car. That's the car I plan on racing tonight at the next race in the stock class. Again, I'm coming up on the crowd here. I don't get why I'm going so much faster. I got a good rhythm going. There's no doubt about that. Matter of fact, that car with the blue stripe, yeah, I think he's in second place. So I'm about ready to lap the field here. And why not? It's not going to hurt anybody. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to do it. Hopefully clean.
Trying to say hi for you.
Inside him.
I'm trying to stay out of your way.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's the field's lapped. This is going to be a tough corner to keep him off me. Yeah, he got me again. And he ran me into the wall a little bit.
I keep catching that corner where it slows you down and spins your tires.
You got him
I
back.
know.
You don't want to give up the spot. He doesn't want to be lapped. I don't blame him.
Oh, it's the last lap.
Here we
God
go.
damn it.
All right, we're hooked up. Lifting. And we were hooked up. I lifted off that accelerator for a good 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds.
Shit, I didn't know it was the last
The cars
lap.
just
I
would
thought
not
it was
unhook.
just coasting still.
And that's the guy that, right there, that guy that just flew away. 1 second here. He's the one that makes the cars, makes the scripts. He does it all. And I'm asking him to check my script. Why am I going? Maybe I've got an old script in this car because I haven't raced in a year. Maybe he slowed the script down and I got an unfair advantage here. Why was it so much faster than everybody?
Yeah, check his setup. I'm a better setup the same.
No,
Because he was getting the same time as I was.
it's the right script. Beginner's luck.
Alright, so from that race,
Okay, good luck, everyone.
You got to make sure you're in fourth gear. You got to take off in fourth gear. The gears don't really do a lot.
there you
You
go.
just put it in fourth gear and you race the whole race in fourth gear. Take off in fourth gear and everything.
Alright, here they go.
Little shake and bake.
I guess you could just use the lower gears for pit road
Hang on,
and
baby.
stuff.
This is fixing to get lumpy.
Burn some rubber. Here we go. We're off. Here we go. Ah, you dove bomb there. Let him go. Look for another corner. You see how these big cars get in the way of each other? Whoops. Yeah. That was bad. When a guy hooks your outside quarter and pushes on it, it turns your car outwards. And I had to let off the accelerator, or he would have taken me right up to the outside wall. And lifting that accelerator really left me behind here. Ooh, I think Jimmy farted. Like I did to him, but it was unintentional. And I lifted to let him go. Didn't want to leave him hooked. And leaders are getting away from us.
3 stack. The other one you were playing with earlier.
You can have contact in this game. It's not going to kill you usually. There we go. Next up, the second placer from last race. Hopefully he kept the same setting. He must have gotten some trouble last race. I don't understand where he went and how I could have possibly lapped him. He must have got hooked up with a lot of people who slowed him down. Let's do the bump game again if I can. And here we go. Right. Missed him. That would have been a good bump, and it would have carried us both a little better than passing him did.
Yeah. We lock it at race time so he can't get in.
Right, okay.
Weird lag spikes if we can help it.
I didn't know that, sorry. Before the next race starts, can I get
Running 8th. Take this guy would be 7th. I think I was running 10th or 11th for a while. I got by a few. Let's hopefully here the speed that I had last race will carry me up to that pack.
So do you think that's a good idea, having another tractor racer, bad guy?
You get in the rear of these packs, and it's a lot of bumping and grinding, and if you can't shake free, you're never going to catch the leaders.
We could do that after the races tonight if you want. I'm not.
On the short track. On the long drafting tracks is a different story. It all depends on who you're running with and how good you work together. Here we go. What do we got here? What the heck? Let's see. D, I thought she was running out front. Is she lapping me already? She is probably, or was that the car? I'm gonna look at the line here.
And put one of the other tracks down in the meantime.
Yeah, just got lapped. Leader is screaming like I was last race. But I did pick up a spot with the other blue car. I think that was number 43
You know,
car.
my place
Which
is
is,
the new.
what's his name? I forget. Looks like I could pick up another spot here if I can catch that black and orange car. What am I running here? This is a 40 lap race too. That's tune. That's a position. Still working my way up okay. Boy, what was, man. How'd she get around that track? She did good. There's some positions to pick up here. That may be a position, that green car. The next car has got to be in the top 3. Doing okay. We're doing all right. No, the car in front of me is position 5. That puts me in 6. That green car could have been a lapped car. I might have lapped them. It felt like I passed off enough cars to be in the top 3 or 4, but I must have gone by some cars that are lap traffic. Just hang on to Kim's tail here. If I can just hold on to a little bit of that draft and stick with her, give her a few bumps, we might catch those 3 up there, because they're probably not helping each other. When you see a group of 3 like that, they're usually, oops, I missed her. Usually not helping each other. They're usually fighting each other, and that's a good chance for. Come on, Kim. Don't be dive bombing. We got to work together. We can catch up there. She may have missed. She may have been aiming for my bumper. It's easy to miss. That wasn't a miss. That's just me getting stubborn now. On a short track, sometimes you know what, sometimes you're just better off on your own. You try to work with somebody, and they may be trying to work with you too. But there's so many turns, they come so quick, and there's so many chances for error that you're better off on your own. If you can leave them in the dust, sometimes you're better off doing that. So I should be in 5th. 5th. After that purple car, I think for 4th. And the car in front of that is 3rd. Which has got us. Ooh, that's cutting it close there. I want to catch that group. Gotta catch them. Could pick up 2 or 3 spots. I'm catching them. I'm reeling them in. I hope. I think he's lapped already. The red car, I think, I'm lapping him.
Ah, shit, here he comes. There you go, Ricka. Get into him. Get into him.
Yellow car might be lapping me. I'm not sure who's where. I just don't have time to read the text.
God damn it, DK, you bitch.
And there's a finish line.
Now I'm blocked by 3 people. You son of a bitch, DK.
Don't know who I was racing against. That's it. You can have somebody help you, like a pit crew. He could tell you, who you're racing against, and who's in lap traffic or who's lapping you. All right, not bad. First time back in a year, I had fun. It was a good time. It's a good place to race. It's practically free. The Second Life, the game is free. The software is free. Your avatar is free. Your account is free. And you just gotta learn how to use the software. Come to the sim, and you have to buy the car from the guy who creates them. This is his world. He makes the cars. He makes them go. And to buy the cars are cheap. They use Linden money. They call it Linden money. It's actually on the New York Stock Exchange. It's actually got a trade value to the American dollar. But it's like the equivalent of a couple cups of coffee to buy one of these cars. So for like $4 or $5, you can come here and race. And if $4 or $5 per car, you want to race another night, you got to buy another car. So I mean, you could for like $20, $20 or $30, you can race 4 nights a week with about 6 different races. It's a good time, and
Seventh was two, and eighth place we had Jimmy, and ninth place was Mancho.
so Dee wins the race. She had a good time, and looking at her time, 602 seconds, .945, and you divide that by 40 laps, and you get her. She had a 15-second lap time, 15.07, and if you thought that was too fast, it wasn't. Those are great laps. The first race with 30-lap race, so I divided by 30. My time was about the same. So that's my point. Is that that's how much you can get hurt by getting hung up in the pack. We had some bumping and scraping. You get other people, getting in your way, or you get in their way. There's incidental contact, and when there's that many cars involved, it does slow you down quite a bit. It can. On the short tracks. On the long tracks, it could be a whole different story. When you're running with the pack goes faster. But that's interesting, because I didn't realize it was that much. I was running that much slower because of the pack today, until I looked at Dee's time and I realized, well, that's the same kind of lap time I was turning in the first race. And people were probably like, "Oh my God, how's he getting around so darn fast?" And when the shoe's on the other foot, you see, you're thinking the same thing, like, what's going on here? And that's what it is. You're getting hung up with the pack, and the person out front is turning some really good laps. And then they get the rhythm going. Then you get a rhythm going, and you start hitting that lap traffic. And it's good if you have a good rhythm, because you're just clicking by the cars, clicking by them. But it doesn't happen too often where you're just clicking by cars. It's usually pretty competitive. Anyway, please please subscribe, and look for the links below if you want to come race here. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.